We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin.
And today, Faithful Acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is, from Double Comfort, it is the Blue City Cayenne Garlic Sauce. And they're giving this 4 flames. Oh my gosh, they've got jokes. They've got jokes. So they don't specify what Blue City actually is, but let's look at the ingredients and see if we can figure it out, shall we? This is horrible coloration here. So we got cayenne peppers, of course. We've got vinegar. Chilies again. Why do we have that twice? And nondescript chilies, whatever that is. Sugar, salt, garlic, onion powder, spices, rice concentrate, lemon extract, and xanthan gum. Rice concentrate, huh? Well, I don't think I've seen that before. So normally I would say, okay, if it's a cayenne garlic sauce, it's a Cajun style. But this has sugar and a bunch of other stuff that doesn't, to my mind, normally appear in a Cajun style sauce. So, and that's because it's not. It's a Blue City, which, unless I miss my guess, probably means Memphis. And we have a sort of nice guitar shape here. I did another of their sauces. It was either late last year or maybe earlier this year. And I like that one quite a bit. I think it was a Memphis Heat. And then they do have one on the Hot One show, which I think that one's called Seeing Double, which I will be getting to at some point in the upcoming days and weeks ahead. Stay tuned for that if you're interested. But this one of the other reasons I think this is probably meant to be another Memphis sauce is the flavoring. And we'll get to that very, very shortly, but you can see it is a very beautiful red-brown coloration here. This is a very nice, dense, sort of rich color. Very, very pretty. I like the look of the sauce a lot. Might as well get into the flavor next, huh? Let's do that. Very vinegar forward. A lot of cayenne, a lot of garlic flavor in there. A little undercurrent of sweetness. And what this reminds me of is when KFC years and years and years and years ago first came out with their Nashville Hot, that flavoring. That's what this reminds me of. It's sort of it's not grainy like that was, but it has that same sort of flavor that that stuff did. Obviously, a little bit more garlic and a lot more vinegar, but it does sort of call me back to that whole Nashville hot thing, which I'm gonna take is boostering my point about it being Memphis. So, all right, we've got here Chef Ramsay's 4-cheese macaroni, and we will get into talking about this, just as I did with the fish and chips that appeared in another video. I forget which one that was at this point, but go back through and watch all of my hot sauce videos. I did it within the last... you probably only really need to look through like Q3 of 2024 if you're trying to find it. It was in there somewhere. I just don't remember where. So, Chef Ramsay's 4-cheese macaroni. 4-cheese mac and cheese, basically. And what are the cheeses I hear you asking here? And mozzarella, fontina, parmesan, and provolone. Tossed with al dente pasta and golden breadcrumbs. So I have not stirred this up or anything. This is how it looks. Right out of I just barely took the plastic off. Not stirred up or anything. So there are breadcrumbs in there somewhere. And let's stir it up. I do like these. Oh boy. Looks like it's sort of congealed here a little bit. I do like the I like the idea that they're calling it al dente pasta, because you heat it up for 4.5 to 5.5 minutes and in plastic, and I don't know that noodles are necessarily gonna be al dente after that. Let's find out. Not what I would. They're not far off. They're not complete mush. And so here we have, I don't know what this is, but let's see. And these are special trays. The trays that, the last one, the fish and chips one, didn't come with the tray at all, because they wanted that to be done in an air fryer. This one obviously comes with a tray. This is a special tray. It's got some sort of lining to it that is a little bit different. I was trying to figure out what this is. The cheese or the breadcrumbs all stuck together. So here's some questions that we have with this. This is a pretty nice sauce. It's a bit busy for me, where I might want a Louisiana style cayenne sauce or Cajun sauce. It's a touch busy, which is why, by the way, I've said it multiple times, I prefer cayenne style sauces to Cajun style sauces, because I love cayenne in that setting, and throwing a bunch of other stuff in it to me just gets a little bit busy. But this is a very nice sauce with stuff. By itself, it's a bit ruddy. It's a touch on the rough side. It is very clearly meant to go with stuff. So unless you happen to really like the flavor solo, and I think it's okay, but I don't love it, you're going to want to put it with something else, like maybe some barbecue ribs, or mac and cheese is a good one. Something that has another flavor component to it. If you have it just on chicken or just on chicken strips, to me, it just, and I don't necessarily mind Louisiana style cayenne sauces in that setting, but this one to me just isn't super effective there. I'd rather have it with other stuff. So one interesting thing about this is the cheese is a touch on the grainy side, which you would expect with Parmesan being one of the cheeses. Is it good? Oh, definitely. You could make a case that Chef Ramsay's 4-cheese macaroni, you could make a case for it being, if not the best outright, as far as frozen dinners like this. You could make a case for it, if not being the best outright, definitely somewhere in the top 2 or 3. So, and I think that these, again, this is just a really, I think he made a really smart food line with how it's packaged and everything. I noticed that Walmart has a lot of celebrity chef food lines. And not all of them, I think, fare as well as others. This one, very clearly some thought went into this. Now, is it worth twice as much as Devour, which you've seen on this channel multiple times? The white cheddar and bacon? Is it worth twice that? Probably not. At the end of the day, you have basically a $6 bowl of mac and cheese. Microwaved mac and cheese, not to put too fine of a point on it. You know, that's kind of the question is, I mean, here, I'll show you this. You know, you see that? There's ridges and stuff on the noodles to help hold the sauce and so on. And this is probably the best elbow macaroni I've had. Elbow macaroni, I mentioned this in some of the other videos, was probably my least favorite type of pasta. Here it's fine. Man, $6 for a microwave mac and cheese. Of the Gordon Ramsay microwave dinners I've had, this is probably the one that came off the best. The fish and chips, I had one that was decent, and the one that I actually had on camera was honestly not great. This is I think I've had a couple of those, and all of those have been universally pretty much identical, pretty much the same. And that's the reason I stuck with Devour, with that bacon and the smoky bacon and the cheddar, the white cheddar. I still think it's a very rich dish, but it's a banger. This one is not as rich. And this one, I think in a pinch, you probably could, you wouldn't enjoy it as much, but you probably could whip through it without a hot sauce. But why not improve it? Why not make it better? And this sauce certainly did that. Heat-wise, like I said, this is the Cajun and the Cayenne, Louisiana-style Cayenne sauces. This is in that vein. This is more similar to that style of sauce than not. I think it's its own variant, though. This I would not say is much of a Cajun sauce. And it definitely is steering way, way, way away from Louisiana-style Cayenne sauces. So this is really its own thing. And it's very nice. It's another, I am super impressed with Double Comfort. They 100% of profits go to charity, which is cool of them to do. But every sauce I've had from them has been either very solid or better. This is no exception. So I've been pretty pleased with what I've come across on the Double Comfort side, for sure. So yeah, this is kind of neat. I mean, you can get the sort of Memphis style, Tennessee style. I don't know what it actually specifically is, because they don't get into that on the label. But you can get a taste of that flavor without having to go there. Same thing with the Ramsay dinners. You can get at least somewhat of an impression of, you know, what his restaurants might be serving from these dishes. Now, I don't think I've ever gone to a Hell's Kitchen. I don't know how close that is, but let's just say that you're watching Hell's Kitchen, you know, with the chefs trying to compete to be part of his dream cooking team or whatever it is. You can enjoy one of those. Maybe they'll actually make it on the show. I don't know. It's kind of a neat idea. So to me, I think they're still like $1 or $2 too expensive. Just my view on that. But honestly, that isn't specific to him. Across the board, gouge happy companies are definitely the rule of the day these days, for sure, whether it's fast food or whether it's other frozen dinners. So hopefully that is resolved sooner rather than later, because that's crazy annoying. But if not, then maybe I'll just have to, guess my sleeves are already rolled up, but maybe I'll just have to start cooking for you guys a little bit more in these videos. We'll see. We shall see what we see. But not to get too far off track, that is going to do it for this one. The Double Comfort Blues City Hot Sauce. Now go forward in peace to serve the flame.